Blynd Submyshynz, where DIY bands submit songs for us to listen and react to blind. Every week, we'll bring a guest from the underground music, arts, or entertainment scene to help you sort through mountains of new music. We go in blind, so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of
Blynd Submyshynz. For your face. Are you ready?
What the fuck? That one made me hoarse. So, hey, what's up? Jeff Wilson here.
And JD Norton on the mic.
On the mic.
Coming in hot.
Ooh, you got that, like...
I got a swagger tonight. No, I don't.
You have the end of the week energy.
End of the week energy.
Tomorrow's Friday.
That's exactly what
fine.
it is.
It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine.
But it's Monday. I got that beginning of the week energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure this out.
I have
one day.
never been like that on a Monday in my life.
No,
I don't think.
Me neither.
Pretty sure.
I don't think so. Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure. How's it been? It's been what, like 4 days? It's been a week.
It's been a week. It has been. It's been good. It's been. Told you the boring minutia of my life. Taxes filed.
Ka-ching.
That's exciting. It's always a
hopefully cha-ching.
Yeah. It's one of those adult. It's one of those like stressful adult things that you like. I don't even remember the first time I filed my taxes. You know, when I was not living at home, and
when your parents didn't claim you any longer.
They weren't claiming me anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. It's probably for Baskin Robbins, maybe. I don't know.
You went back when you could fill out the 1040 EZ.
Oh, the EZ, baby.
The EZ.
I think there's still
like one page.
I think there still is a 1040.
Did you make any money? No.
Didn't make shit. And in the absence of a pandemic, I suspect I would have been helping someone file one of their first returns this year, but we didn't make her work during the pandemic, so
that's nice of you.
Yeah, we're trying.
That's so nice.
Trying to be cool.
Yeah.
How about you?
Speaking of,
go for it.
I was gonna say, speaking of money, like we have an announcement to make, don't we? We're kicking off our first drive.
Our first drive?
Our first listener drive.
Are we?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
We're doing a spare change drive.
Oh.
So everybody take your spare change, stick it in an envelope, send it to our P.O. box.
And then
this is how we do drives, Blynd Submyshynz style.
No, you pull up your phone and you open Venmo, and then you just throw your change.
Throw your change
at the Venmo.
At the app. It's brilliant. The innovation.
Yeah, we've some matter transformation technology built into the iPhone or Android. So I hear screens.
Or Android.
Yeah, no, we're
not really doing that.
We're not doing that.
That's a joke.
What's that one guy, Gibbs? Kia Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Whatever his name is. He says, buy me a cup of coffee if you want to give me money. So we're not there yet.
Yeah. Actually, I don't remember. I was going from the other podcast. There was that podcast where
the Doughboys.
No. The guys, the couple that does Cameo. And they have the one with Flavor Flav. Gibbs.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. They've been laying kind of low.
They have been laying low. Where they been?
Oh, you don't know?
Oh, what happened?
Well, what's that? I don't know who coined it, but someone said every single day somebody is the front page of Twitter, and you never want to be the front page of Twitter. Ooh. Well, Jensen Karp was the front page of Twitter because of his whole shrimp shells.
The shrimp thing, right?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Well, when you get that much heat, things come out from your past. People start posting things.
So you don't want to be famous.
You don't want to be
on
the front page of Twitter. So yeah, a few people came forward and basically said he's a monster and an asshole and terrible to work with, an awful boss.
Damn.
And, claims, maybe not like claims of inappropriate behavior. No, like not that I saw at least any like outright like assault claims or anything, but sort of all aiming in that direction.
That's too bad.
So I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I would really hope that nothing like that. When we become famous, I hope nothing from my past comes up.
Yeah, seriously.
I can't think of anything. No. I think people like working with me.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
I just know that you just don't want to be the front page of Twitter.
No.
Page 3, page 5,
page 3. Exactly.
I'd settle for page 50.
Awesome. Oh, we have guests in the waiting room.
We have guests in the waiting room.
Yeah, we should.
All right. So today's guests.
So we have Phil and Justin from a band called Somnuri, and they have an album coming out on June 4th on Blues Funeral. So on Jad's label.
Jad's
that
label
we had on a couple episodes ago. It's called Nefarious Wave. We'll talk to them about it, but the couple of songs that they've released so far are fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're
Like,
great.
they're so good.
If you're on YouTube, I'm going to play a little bit. I'm also going to share their Bandcamp page, but it is Somnuri, SOMNURI.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, and as you were sort of describing, as we were getting set up, imagine Mastodon if they were located in Brooklyn instead of Atlanta.
Yeah, like Mastodon up to...
So there's like some High on Fire, some Gojira in there. Like I mean, they
could be huge.
I've seen them categorized as sludge, but I don't know if I want to call it sludge. It's like groovy, it's metal, but it's good.
All right, well, we don't even have to talk about what it's like because we can just...
We're going to listen to it.
Hit play. So let's listen to a little bit and then we'll bring him in. So everybody, we have Justin and Phil from Somnuri.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
We hear you now,
and we kind of
see you.
It's okay as long as we can hear you. The hearing part is the most important.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So
we ran to a different location.
So how close does somebody live to the studio?
I live like right down the street, but it's definitely the farthest I've run in a long time. He rode his bike by, so that was
laughing the entire way.
Oh, that's
two adults
running and riding bike next to each other.
No. Well, and then what you need to do?
Come on.
What you need to do is then yell out, "It's okay. We're just late for a podcast."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Clear the way. Clear the way.
For a podcast. Well, the whole thing is that we didn't want to do it in my bedroom because it's like we've done a couple interviews in my bedroom. It's like, all right, let's get out of our houses, but
let's get
didn't
out
work out. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. So I have to ask, behind the curtains, we're doing this interview at 6 o'clock our time, 9 o'clock your time. What the hell time do you guys have band practice?
Well, it depends. Usually we start around 10 on a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
so late.
Different things going on, work going on, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll typically work until 10, but I'm a bike messenger.
Oh, okay.
So I make my own hours. So on practice days, I'm gonna dip out as soon as I can if it's not too crazy. And then if we can get playing by 10, get 3-4 hours in.
Nice.
It's usually pretty good.
Intense.
Nice. And I mean, the life of bike messenger is exactly like Kevin Bacon portrayed in Quicksilver, right?
No,
please tell me you've never seen Quicksilver. No.
I gotta find more with Kevin Bacon and Footloose.
Oh, that's funny. Wow, a real live New York City bike messenger.
Exactly. Nice.
No, I didn't see that movie until like last year or something with what was that one dude? Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He did one too.
Oh, did he?
Premium Rush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was hoping it would be called Premature Rush.
Yeah. It was like someone had this idea, like, we should make a Fast and the Furious movie, but on bikes. And you're like,
should we?
Not sure that's going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Definitely not as cool.
No, for sure.
No. So you guys are you're practicing for your show on Saturday, which will actually, by the time this episode comes out, be 2 weeks ago. But
I'm guessing the stream.
Tell us how it went. How was the Day of Doom?
Yeah.
We played perfectly. I didn't drop any sticks. All sorts of things went well.
Oh, that's good. Did you guys play the live Day of Doom that happened in 2019?
No, no, we didn't. That was that last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Last November, maybe.
Yeah, it was like November 2019.
I went. We had practice that night. No, I think we actually did. I went, and that's where that was where I first met Jad and Mike and a lot of those bands. I think Downcraft was there, right?
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I only stayed for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I think it was a 36-hour event, maybe.
Yeah, there was a lot of bands.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. No, but it was great. They did great work, and it was really cool to see them put that together.
Yeah, completely. That is, I mean, they're doing cool stuff.
Yeah, especially since Magnetic Eye became part of Prophecy, and so because for a long time Mike was kind of running that as a one-man operation, and he had collected some really great talent, but didn't have like the support structure to really, do a lot of what you need to help bands out. And moving over to Prophecy puts the mechanics of a bigger label behind them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Definitely.
completely.
So you guys have a record coming out in June. We've already played a little bit of it.
Yeah, June 4th, right?
June 4th.
June 4th.
Yeah, when did you guys record this? This is always another fun behind the scenes thing that I think people don't often know.
June 3rd. Made it the day before.
June 3rd.
Yeah, June 3rd. We're going into the studio June 3rd.
Hey now,
We're doing it all.
I've already heard some of it.
No edits. It's all...
Wow. That's impressive.
Now I think it's been about 2 years in all seriousness. I think, and COVID put a damper on things for sure, set us back about a year, but we usually, bust out drums and bass and then guitars and vocals we take a little bit more time with and give ourselves the time to play around.
Yeah, that's good. So we have drummer. We know what do you play, Justin?
Justin sings and plays guitar, right?
Sing and play guitar?
Yeah.
There we go.
At the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. Take that.
That's fucking hard to do, man. I won't even attempt backups, and I only play bass.
It's not only, it's the foundation.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's one of the laws of bass playing is you have to be self-deprecating because like the shit's coming anyway, so you just preempt.
Yeah, why put all the strings on when you know you're only going to play one at a time?
I play chords sometimes. Rarely.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man. We're talking about what Priest song we're gonna cover for the Judas Priest tribute.
Yeah.
And Carl's flipping through, sending me links, and he's like, "How about Painkiller?" And I was like, "God damn it, I'm gonna have to use a pick," which means I'm gonna have to learn how to use a pick.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I can figure that one out.
Yeah, our bassist is all fingers, and he literally talks about it like that. Like he couldn't do it. He very well would be an amazing bass player with a pick, but he's like looks at it and he's like, I don't do this. It's not my.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm 35 years in playing, and I just never did it. I just never did it. And it was like a pride thing at first, but now I know that it would be better if I had that as a weapon to use. So
as a weapon.
So it might finally be time to actually figure it out, because trying to play all of those notes with my fingers in the studio is gonna suck ass.
If you guys were on a Priest tribute album, what song would you pick?
Oh yeah, there you go.
I mean, that record that you just named is pretty unbelievable.
I always go with Living After Midnight, just because.
Ooh, that's cool.
I love rocking songs about rocking.
Yeah.
I just want to have a compilation of songs that are just only about rocking.
That's
yeah, and that was
Tell me about how far they put you rock at.
Yeah, this is kind of a lost art that's come up a few times, is songs about rocking and then songs where you shout out your own band. Like the We Are, we're fucking Somnuri and we're gonna fucking rock your face tonight, like in song form.
And then sing about rocking your face.
And then just sing about rocking your face, which is a little bit of a lost art.
Yeah, well, it's like Bad Company, right? It's like the band name the record name and the song, like the trilogy. Like, I love
The
those.
trifecta.
Yeah, and that was all of Carl's picks for Priest were like Hand of the Highway, Painkiller, and I want to do like all the fucking weird ones, like Island of Domination off of Sad Wings of Destiny, or some like crazy shit like that. So we'll see. What
You're not going to do the Tim Ripper Owens era?
Yeah. Did that era exist?
It existed.
I know, I'm kidding.
It
Noah.
existed, yeah.
Hey, he's got a new. Did you see as of yesterday, whatever? He's got a new job in KK's Priest. He's the lead singer for the KK Downing Priest offshoot that's now happening.
It's called KK Priest?
It's KK's Priest. Yes, that's what it's called. And Tim will be singing.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
I liked him in Iced Earth. I thought that I don't know, that one record that had Green Face on it. I love that. That was great.
Yeah. My favorite.
And then,
And then,
yeah.
Iced Earth.
And then Iced Earth. Yeah. No, my favorite Tim Ripper Owens offshoot is the Marky Mark movie Rockstar, which is sort of about the Tim Ripper Owens era.
Oh, completely.
Like if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have gotten that train wreck of a movie.
Oh, man.
With Zach Wilde.
Yes.
Oh, was he in that?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Wow.
He's all over it.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
That was a crazy ass movie.
That was, yeah.
So what give us the quick rundown on what the pandemic experience was like for the band.
A lot of video stuff. Just been grinding on learning new shit, trying to do our own videos, film videos with an amazing artist we work with, Susan Hunt. She did the Be On Your Last Breath video.
Oh, did she? Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, she's got another one coming as well for In the Grave. And then like doing a couple on our own, and then next Wednesday, May 19th, we'll be dropping Desire Lines. How do you pronounce Dima's last name? Druchin?
Dima Druchin.
Yeah, he's an amazing animator and artist, and so we've been working hard on that, and it's like this psychedelic cartoon of us jamming out. It's pretty out there.
Oh, I love that.
Nice.
I love animated videos for metal. That Skinner Hey Beautiful Jerk Black Pot video they did for High on Fire was still like one of my favorites. And I think I was an original backer of that. What's that movie?
Look at you, big dog.
The Doom movie that's coming out. That's now 5 years late at this point. Yeah. But I don't care. Whatever.
I kickstarted that too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Planet of
the joys of Kickstarter.
We got a lockup.
Game Doom or
I think it was called Planet of Doom.
Was it Planet of Doom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're doing
they made a movie of the video game Doom with The Rock, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's different.
That is a different thing.
It's based on the video
I missed
game,
that
right?
one.
Yeah.
I meant to catch up on that during the pandemic.
Yeah, don't. No, you're fine.
Do you just do your rock festival? Like
No, this one's like, if you're not familiar with Planet of Doom, it's like 10 to 15 artists playing original songs that they wrote, and each band was paired with a visual artist who did the background art for that section of the movie, but there's one complete story that they're telling.
It's like heavy metal.
It's like heavy metal, kind of all animated, but each portion is done by somebody different. So there's like Skinner, David Paul Seymour, Adam Burke, a whole bunch of people contributing art, and then Tim Gronda's animating the whole thing, and turning it into a feature-length animated movie.
Yeah,
and it's late, but that's
Very
okay.
Super late, but whatever.
I have been involved in a late Kickstarter myself, so I have great.
Yeah, it takes a ton of time. I mean, we like filmed some stuff with a cell phone, and then it was like months of drawing, and just incredible amounts of work went into it. So we're stoked on it. Can't wait to show everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would love to have a whole bunch of animated videos. Honestly, I would frankly rather never be photographed if I could get away with it and just present everything,
just everything
like
animated,
Metalocalypse style as an animation.
Yeah. I mean, cartoon versions of people are so much cooler than the real thing.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure. That was another announcement. We're getting a Metalocalypse movie.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
The world is getting a Metalocalypse movie?
Yes, indeed.
When is this
Into it.
happening?
I didn't read the details, but
Nice.
yeah, it has been announced.
That's awesome.
That is.
They were supposed to have new seasons at one point, or did that never happen?
So they like went away and then they came back with some new seasons where the episodes were like 30 minutes long, and then it kind of petered out after that. I don't know how a movie's going to work because it actually works really well on those little like 10 and 15 minute chunks.
Yeah.
So
We should have them on the show.
oh, should we?
Yeah, we should just have them on.
Just dial up Brendan
we'll
Smalls and say,
dial
hey,
him up.
hey, man.
Brendan, what are you talking about? No, I'm talking about like Jawface and whatever his name is.
Oh, come on now. Murderface.
Murderface. Well, we just watched Guardians of the Galaxy, so I had Taserface in my head.
Wow.
Yeah, and every time he swears, he do a pick squeal over top.
No, I mean, I think if you're going to have one person from the band on, for me, it's got to be Pickles. Just because I want to get into Snakes and Barrels deep.
Yeah.
I have questions about everything for Pickles. No, Murderface. He'd be fun. He'd be funny as hell. Or Toki and Squiscar together, so that they could just shit on each
shit
other,
on one another.
or so that one could shit on the other. Is really how it works.
Yeah. Wow. Sweet. So when you guys, was it the same practice space? I think I had read that when you sort of before Somnuri, before you were practicing next to each other. Is that?
Yeah, it was a different spot, but yeah, that's vaguely how it went. I think you brought me some weed maybe at one point too. I think that was but we were definitely like wall to wall Run DMC style, right next to each other, hearing some coolness going on next door, and then figuring I think he was like sniffing around and like, hey, you want to do I got a bunch of riffs, you want to play some drums? So pretty organic, and we knew a lot of the same people. So
Yeah,
Were you
more
in
or
the-
less.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, were you in similar bands before that?
Yeah, I think we had played shows. Our respective bands had played with each other, and we knew of each other. And it's Brooklyn's a big town, small neighborhood. I don't know how you describe that, but there's not a million rock and roll venues you can play at without running into the same folks. And at that point, I was playing in another band. I was playing drums in another band, and really wanted to play guitar and start something of my own, and wanted to build with other people. And I think you were doing a record of your own too, and it was kind of this weird spot for both of us of wanting to do something different out of where we were. And yeah, I had some ideas for songs, and he was receptive and was able to put something and kind of make those riffs into songs. And it really kind of launched off from there.
we're both drummers that play guitar, so it's
interesting.
like endless riffs of endless grooves and riffs that we can tap into.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Actually, that makes sense to me now after listening through everything that you guys have recorded. I totally get that now, that this is like...
Yeah, he plays guitar like a drummer, right?
Yeah.
I tell him that.
I've heard this my entire life of like, you play guitar like a drummer, and I'm not sure if it's a compliment or well.
No, and I wouldn't
I'll
even
take-
say that. It was more like the way the songs were structured is very much centered around rhythm, I think, from a drummer's perspective. Like the way drummers hear time. I didn't hear anything in the guitars. It was just like the song structures.
Well, it's funny you say that, because a lot of the time it's him bringing in the riff, and I think sometimes you have an idea of what should be there rhythm wise, but most of the time it's like, let me try this. Let's see what happens with this riff in particular, and then sometimes it's 20 riffs, and we have to go, all right, what's the meat here, and what can we trim, and how can we make this a song that we all want to listen to again ourselves?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One thing I really liked was on the last record, and I didn't look at the song lengths, but you guys do short. You do like short and tight, but then you also do some 7-8 minute, some longer stuff, and it all works. So some bands are stuck in one or the other and can't really figure out how to like throw that tight song out there when it's needed, and then do the do the longer song that goes. And I'm always interested to see when it's not all 3 minutes or not all 7 minutes, but I'm guilty of the latter. So
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's been an effort to, all right, let's take all the ideas, let's hear it all out, and how can we get it into song form that not necessarily other people will be able to latch on, but how will you be able to hear it? They always kind of seem to go with a lot of riffs, and Phil's great at hey, does this riff need to happen this many times? Does it need to be 12 minutes long? How can we get the idea across and be poignant, I guess.
I mean, I like long songs too. I think there's certain like Through the Dead, which we may or may not be playing Saturday, but it's an 8-minute long song, and to me it's like, okay, that one just feels like it flows. It does. There's never a moment where it's not moving along and evolving. So to me, I like that kind of stuff. I listen to tons of proggier shit too, so I'm all for it. But in general, yeah, I like I just want like a bunch of riffs that are memorable and something that a singing part is over, because ultimately I mix the band as well for now, and help record and sort of help structure things. So for me, I'm like, yeah, this is these 4 riffs are great. Let's hone in on those. And but there's no rules. It's all let's try everything, see what sticks.
Nice.
Yeah. One of my favorite things when you have a riff and you're trying to figure out where it fits and what it goes with is you jam on it, you loop it, and then listening to the drummer try out every variation of what that like initial 5 minutes of hearing all the possible beat combinations for a riff, and then when everyone's like, no, that's the one, like that's what that's the one that works. It's weird. It's a cool process, and if you don't understand, we talk a lot about rhythm and
rhyme.
and time and rhyme, because I think is one of the most unique things about the music that we play is how much we fuck with rhythm and time signatures in metal. It's one of the things that I think is really compelling about it. But it's hard for people who aren't musical to sort of wrap their heads around what you're talking about. But if you sat them in a room and said, here's a riff, you get this riff, right? Now listen to how it sounds if the drummer plays 15 different beats under it. And then you start to figure out like, oh, now I understand why things sound different, even though they have similar elements.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just listened to Animals as Leaders today, so like nothing that we do seems at all proggy after listening to the stuff like that, or Meshuggah or something like that. But yeah, I totally agree with that. I like hearing a riff. He has a looper, so sometimes we'll just loop the riff, and I'm like, just give me that. Let me chew on that for a while and see what happens with it, and vice versa. Sometimes a drum groove will happen and try a bunch of stuff over it. So
yeah. And I think the opposite too is like, I could listen to Dope Smoker and listen to that, and it's essentially just one song, but the subtleties, nothing grandiose is changing, but the subtleties really, the little things make it tick and make it turn around and make you feel like it's a different color and it's a different song. So those kind of two things, and if we could find somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like good.
But it's different every time.
Yeah, we discovered Gargoyle this year, which is Dave Davidson from Revocation's like experimental 90s, right? Imagine, so I always think of that like that's his like his break, his day off, going to play at Gargoyle, like easy
so
mode.
Awesome, though.
It's so fucking good.
It's still him, and obviously some other talented people along with him, but it's still his playing, and it's like that guy's phenomenal, man. It's like
he is
playing.
Yeah, it's like if you said, oh, listen to this like proggy 90s noise album, and you're like, whoa, yeah, that's pretty trippy, man. And they're like, all right, now listen to this. Same guy also does this
same guy
completely batshit crazy extreme metal. No, he seems cool as hell. I never met him, but his 2 minutes to late night appearances have given me a little bit of a glimpse into him. He seems like a decent dude.
Yeah. When are you guys going to be on 2 minutes to late night? Come on, it's like in your backyard, right?
That idea.
It is.
Yeah.
You're like, good
yeah.
question.
Well, yeah, somebody's got to do something really well. Somebody's either got to sing really well or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a collaboration with them. I mean, you know, we've talked a bunch, especially throughout the entire pandemic, of like, you know, this is maybe how we can stay afloat and somewhat relevant without putting our original music out there. Is you know, let's collaborate with some folks and do some different, some covers and things like that. And some of them have happened, some of them haven't.
Yeah.
You know, it always comes back around to maintaining the record that we have and being prepared for if and when things come back around. You know, we don't want to be stuck playing Dope Smoker.
Yeah.
You know, prepared for this cover set. You know, we want to be prepared for reality and pushing our record as much as possible.
Yeah, it's must be exciting. Go ahead.
I was saying if they came calling, we would be there.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
Well, Jordan does so much of the work, man. I didn't realize until we talked to him that he tracks every part out and sends
He's rad.
the part and then a video playthrough so that you can see what his hands are doing, so that the players can figure out how to play the parts.
It's crazy.
He's nuts.
All the different tunings too.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
So one of my favorites was when they did the Boston.
Oh, dude,
long time.
That's awesome.
I've loved that song. I've always wanted to cover that. Foreplay and a long time. In my opinion, you can't have one without the other. But they nailed it. That was so cool.
Oh, the acoustic breakdowns. Like I was totally not expecting when I hit play the very first time. Yeah. With the clapping, I was not expecting them. Yeah, so good. It's so fucking good.
It was so good.
I'll be glad when, like, from the West Coast, watching everything that happens at St. Vitus is like this exciting. Like, oh god, I'd be there I'd be there every night if I lived near there, because it seems like from here so much cool shit is going on there. But at least once I'd like to see a 2 Minutes to Late Night live episode there. Oh yeah, and then as many shows as possible.
I think it's coming back. I think. As of today, they lifted the mask mandate and stuff like that. So I think live shows are right around the corner here. I think it's just a matter of time and everyone feeling safe about it. And, we're ready to roll.
Yeah, in California, the restrictions will remain in place for very large events, but for the kind of shit that I attend, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. We're not going to any arenas.
Plus, he and I are both superpower vaccinated already, so ready to party.
Yeah,
good for you guys. Awesome.
Yeah. So I would love to know, like, listening, you know, to the album, well, the new one and the old one. What are your influences? Like, how did you guys get into music? What made you like want to pick up a guitar and say like, fuck, I can do that. Or I need to do that.
Or drums.
My dad's a drummer. Oh. So that was amazing to have as a kid. Just a drum set in the basement. And he's a huge, like, you know, 70s rock, Beatles, Zeppelin, Sabbath, Rush, Boston, all that kind of stuff. So I gravitated towards classic rock first, for sure, I think. And then, you know, that awkward nu metal phase at like 11 or 12, when that stuff was coming out.
Yeah.
But I was 17, man. Jinkos.
Yeah, you were front row at the Family Values store, hopefully.
Are you ready?
I was not. I was not there.
Okay, that's funny that came up.
But ironically enough, talking about nu metal, like, I think the one common influence for all of us is Deftones. We always sort of like come back to, because really we all listen to different, I don't know, all the different subgenres of metal. I would say, you know, tons of different stuff other than metal as well. And I think for whatever reason, we always kind of come back to, whenever someone's talking about Deftones, we all get excited. It's like, oh, maybe that's the common ground somehow, even though I don't know if I hear that in our music. But, common thread. But as far as like guitar, there was a guitar in my house too. So picked guitar up, and then, you know, from around 14 or 15, I was starting recording. So that was like not well, but, you know, just learning the basics of tracking.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. and multi-tracking and just trying, you know, a riff over a drum groove infinite times. And I know, so that was like, that's when it started, and honestly, I never really looked back. I thought that was like the coolest thing. I didn't really have many people into the same kinds of music, so it was a little weird, but that's another reason. I think he's from upstate New York, I'm from upstate New York, and I think we both naturally moved here to New York City just to
find people.
Get, you know, find people,
find your people,
and just different kinds of art, you know.
I grew up. My mother played piano and sang in like gospel groups out of church and stuff.
Nice.
And I thought that was the coolest thing. I've always tried to learn piano, and it just seems like, you know, the next level of intellect. To be able, you know, I've never been able to wrap my head around it, but she was very much in the classic rock. You know, would play the Name That Tune on the radio and things like that, and kind of get an appreciation for great songwriting. And then, you know, I think like when I heard Green Day, I knew I wanted to play that on guitar, and I remember a friend teaching me that, with like, 2 fingers, dude, you can do this with 2 fingers.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. Okay, you don't have to shred or be super prolific to be able to play music and express yourself. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. And I think, you know, getting to Deftones Around the Fur, I remember hearing that, and I was so like, God, do I want to play these drum parts or play these guitar parts or sing this stuff? You know, it really was one of those kind of ultimate expressive things. Was like, this is across the board really fucking great. And you know, from there it kind of branched into everything.
Yeah. I was always curious. Tool. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was another big one for me, drum wise and
I mean,
guitar wise as well.
Yeah.
you can pose and pretend like, you know, they're embarrassing or like it's not cool to like Tool or whatever.
I fucking love Tool. I don't care.
Like, there's some fucking brilliant work.
I love Tool. We still post the Tool memes because they're funny, but it's like, you know, if you can't appreciate it. I mean, come on, man. They were doing something, and especially in that time, they were doing something different. And, you know, they certainly stuck out to me on the radio when I was like, you know, I think even my mom, like, driving around, like, knew there was something different about the energy there. And just, like, what is this? Like, but anyway, I think hate on them all you want. It's like
that was the last
total fanboy.
I think we're kind of timeless to where, you know, in the early 90s they were doing really cool shit, and I think still now they are too. And last thing I'll say about it is maybe the only band that can put flanger on their bass and still be cool.
Ooh, that's a good challenge. I've always got some kind of modulation going. I'll have to try some flange. Try some flange. Flange is like, ooh, that's a polarizing effect, man.
It's flange,
just like Tool. It's very polarizing.
So I never understood exactly why Deftones got lumped into nu metal, and I think that was just because we didn't have the language to describe what they were actually doing most of the time, which to me sounds more like most post metal that came after them than like what was going on with Korn and Limp Bizkit. Well, so much more atmospheric and
Chi never rapped.
No.
Nu metal was like, I don't know. To me, it's like it was mostly rap metal.
They looked like they fit the bill.
Yeah,
I think they're from Sacramento.
But it was I think Adrenaline has a little bit of that like vibe to it. But I almost almost see them being. Maybe I'm off here, but I almost see them being more influenced by like Sepultura or something. You know, they just had a very had a swagger to their rhythm, the rhythm section and stuff. But,
yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to
I think the songs made a big difference too, and I think we're maybe self-aware enough to say, like, you know, that first record definitely had some rap verses and things like that. And I think being self-aware and be like, hey, this is where it's going. We need to pull back.
Yeah.
Lane. I've never played in the Deftones before, but I feel like that's maybe what happened.
Yeah, I could see that. Somebody had some vision and a different taste. Yeah, but Sacramento, where they're from, if you've never been there, is like the most nu metal city in California. For sure, maybe in the country. I mean, there's
if cities like were rock genres, then Sacramento's definitely nu metal.
It's definitely nu metal. There's a monster logo on the City Hall building downtown where the mayor works.
They have a Hot Topic in the office.
Probably
there are more Hot Topics than Starbucks.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want to go.
Oh, Sacramento.
Oh, Sacramento.
Yeah.
The butt of many jokes. All right, should we listen to some music?
Should we listen to some music?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down.
You guys ready?
Let's
All right.
do it.
You can see the screen. I'm gonna share. What's first?
So first band is called Electric Haze.
Electric Haze.
And the song is called Succubi.
All right.
Is that plural for succubus?
Succuba? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to whip out my grammar book for that, but I feel hesitant right now.
Yeah.
Another band from Umeå.
Is it another one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Sweden.
Not that that's a bad thing. I didn't mean to say that like it was a bad thing.
So when you guys were talking about getting into music, this is, themes that come up over and over again with people that we talk to is like exposure to music. So like parents that don't tell you have to play, but just listen to lots of music seems to be one of the really common elements. And then just access to equipment. Like, it's really hard to play drums if you don't have access to a drum set.
Yeah.
And most houses don't have a place for a drum set. So it's like deciding you want to play drums is kind of a big decision. So it requires a bunch of different stuff to work.
Yeah, I was very lucky, and that's never lost on me at all. I used to teach drums quite a bit, and in the city, so I know what it's like. Excuse me. To have a kid that doesn't have the ability to even practice really besides a practice pad. So yeah, it's never lost on me how cool that was. My dad actually just he played guitar too. So I think he just used me to jam it first. He was like, all right, learn this groove so I can play some guitar. And
play this repeatedly.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Loop it.
Loop it. Yeah, you're a human looper.
Yeah, seriously.
Here, son, do this.
Turn your child into a drum loop. After talking to the guys in Domcraft and then also Max and Cavern Deep about Sweden, it's like that's all it is. Everyone gets free education in music. If they can't afford an instrument, they get an instrument, and if they don't have a place to practice, they'll give you a practice space. So it's like barrier's gone. So if you want to play drums, just play drums. And nobody's trying to stop you. So, all right, here we go. Let's share screen and listen to a little bit of this.
Electric Haze.
We'll talk about it more after we hear it.
All right.
I just heard the demon is free.
In black lingerie.
Black lingerie. I didn't catch that part.
So someone is intent on bringing back a very dark time in the history of of rock and metal, and I don't know, and I'm not sure I'm mad about it.
No.
We have a picture of the band up. You gotta, I
can see it. Yeah.
If you're listening, pull up, find them. It's Electric Haze Electric Haze SWE for Sweden, of course. .bandcamp.com. And I want to know more about this guy with the mohawk.
He's the singer.
You think so?
Oh yeah, totally.
I thought for sure the guy on the second from the right was the singer, but
Nah.
Well, that was interesting.
Bass player's the tall guy in the back.
Yeah. Always.
How did you select this band?
They or their labels or PR people submit music to us.
Yeah, we're
Cool.
just, and then so we've never heard these.
You've never
bands,
heard them.
Never heard the
Don't
songs.
know anything about them.
So the first time we're hearing it for the first time too, and then we just sort of get our
Gotcha.
reaction.
Yeah, we close our eyes and throw a dart at a list of songs.
I didn't hate it. It was kind of fun, honestly, but I don't know if it's intended to be fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun rock. I think it's
Yeah.
I got it.
the
Okay,
genre.
so this song is 3 minutes and 21 seconds long. Is there a guitar solo?
Oh hell yeah! There's
What do you
for
guys
fucking
think?
sure.
Okay. At-
Pre-chorus and post-chorus.
okay, so give me time code. It's
ooh, pre and
321.
post.
When does it start?
Solo is gonna start around 2:45.
Ooh,
Two,
I was
two,
gonna say
four-
115.
Oh, you want to check 115?
Ooh,
All right. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
calling pre or post. All right,
Both. I'm saying both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Come and sit on
breakdown.
Bass solo.
Sit on me.
Sit on.
Is that what he said?
Sit on my face. Look here.
150.
150.
Yeah. I'm gonna play.
Wow.
Getting all the tricks out. They should be galloping now.
Was that a cowbell?
I
Is
hope
that a
so.
cowbell or a wood block?
Oh, I think it was a wood block.
It was a wood block?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Every drummer should have one of each.
Or
For
is it a
sure.
MIDI?
Right by your.
Yeah.
All right, so that was them.
Electric Haze, you're doing something fun.
Cool.
So you know the town that they're from, Umeå, Sweden, is like North Sweden considered. It's actually kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a little town. It's like 80,000 people. What all bands have come out
Oh
of?
my God.
Well,
Wasn't Velotac?
Meshuggah.
Meshuggah? Yeah, Meshuggah.
Like 50 bands you've heard
Like
of
all
have
these
come
bands,
from this
yeah.
little tiny town in northern Sweden. It's
That's
crazy.
so crazy.
All right, so who's next?
Yagow?
All right, Yagow.
Yagow.
The Mess.
That's usually what I think before I take a shot.
Yagow. That's cool. I like that. I like that art.
No, this is really cool art. So it's Magic, MAGICYAGAWOW at Bandcamp.com. Yagow. They're from Saarbrücken, Germany.
Huh.
And what song do they want us to play?
Rise and Shine.
Rise and Shine. All right. I'm scared.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Where's it going to go?
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go much else. I really,
You're talking to two drummers, and it's giving me anxiety not hearing a snare come in yet. It's
really.
like, where's the fucking backbeat?
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I like the vibe actually, and I like the Elmar is really cool.
Yeah,
It's,
Elmar's awesome.
Yeah, kind of
And I love the vibe.
desert.
Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
just some
I think
psychedelic.
had a pog pedal on it.
Had a what?
On a pog pedal.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would not disagree. So the mess takes you on a drive
Does,
across a desert wasteland in a big old rust bucket of a car
yeah, sounds
with
about right.
sunglasses on and your head bobbing. All right, so they know who they are.
Yeah, that's I would totally listen to this. I'd buy this album. I think I like it. It's very
Does Jan,
meadow-esque.
what's the drone?
What's that?
What's that?
Jan Warner plays vocals, guitar, and drones.
Yeah,
And drones.
and drones,
Not like he flies it. over
Yeah, what does that
microphone.
mean?
or just drone parts on
Maybe
some other.
Oh, interesting.
Bram van Zulgen plays a saloon piano.
Saloon piano.
That's all I really needed to know.
There we go.
I'm gonna pretend to know what that is.
These guys
That's
are
a
from
honky
Germany?
tonk, right?
Yeah, it's like an upright, goofy.
Yeah.
So let's go about halfway through.
Okay. Yeah, I want to hear more.
Let's see if it
Snare
goes
drum's
anywhere.
got to happen at some point.
I know.
Got to get a snare.
I'm pulling for you, man. I'm hoping we're gonna hear it. It's so lit though. It's perfect.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I like it.
That goes on in the background
Cool.
tomorrow night when we're making pizza.
That's exactly what was going through my head, to be honest. I love to just put on like psychedelic rock that you can just put on in the background. You know,
Wait,
it
are you guys
sounds good.
gonna both make pizza together and listen to this record?
Yeah.
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 In fact, we
We
are.
do pizza night every Friday night with our families.
It's a Friday night ritual.
Very cool album art. I like it. It's got
Yeah,
the
it
whole
is.
thing has a vibe.
Yeah. And I love that vinyl. That is so cool looking.
Yeah.
Well, that's a. I'll tell you right
I
now.
know it's a mock-up.
That's a mock-up. But
But if it actually came out like that, yeah.
To kill a mockingbird.
all right, so we got band members here.
You got two guys that have been in lifelong rockabilly bands. and then you got, he looks like somebody like I work with in downtown San Francisco.
hey.
He's like a tech guy.
Drummer didn't show up for the picture. Can you just come over here? just sit in here and pretend like you're in the band. Yeah, here's a snare.
Yeah. And I'm not saying any of this in like a derogatory way.
Here's a snare covered in wet paper
But
towels.
if you tried to convince me that neither one of those guys had ever been in a rockabilly band, I would say fuck off.
Yeah. They look like everybody at Pappy and Harriet's in the desert, Southern California.
Oh, yeah. That's not a bad thing.
Which is, I'm sure, like if they could pick one venue
I mean,
on
honestly,
Earth.
the guy with the beard, if I had hair, I'd probably look like that.
No, if you said, "What's your dream venue if you could play anywhere on Earth?" they'd probably say Pappy and Harriet's.
Pappy and Harriet's.
All right, The Mess. Do we have one more before we?
No,
do
that's
have-
cool.
Yeah,
You like them?
I liked it.
They're from Germany. Yeah, I'm into that. I like that
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, the next one is...
Ow!
Yow! Look out! It's the Black Ends.
Okay. Oh, and just so you know, there is a recording at the beginning of this when we were setting up where we were playing your song and then I was trying to scream over it. So I might have adding my own vocals in. So maybe I can send that to you. I'll have to
We'll send that to you. You can put that on the next record.
I'll give it a listen and see
Yeah,
how it came out.
If we do these, we're going to do these live streams, or I guess they've already been done. We'll throw a little sample of your vocals over
There
the
we go.
top.
Yeah. He's an incredible vocalist.
Yeah, I'm great. Never sang a day in my life. I'll make sure to put some cool plugins. We've accumulated fun plugins for producing this podcast, and one of them is called the Dehumanizer, which is for video game artists trying to make monster voices and sounds. Oh, you just layer it on top of regular speaking. It's fun. All right, so the Black Ends.
So the Black Ends is our Bandcamp band.
Oh, so this is a Bandcamp article.
Yes, it is. This is some gunk pop.
Gunk pop.
Gunk pop.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Bandcamp
Stable.
Bandcamp does like these, you know, they have the Bandcamp stories. They do a lot of articles and recommendations and things like that. That's one of the great things about Bandcamp. So we started to, one of the bands that we pull each episode is just one of those bands, and one of the articles they wrote, or like their album of the day or something like that. So they did this article today that was actually talking about the new Seattle.
Ooh.
And so how, like there was the grunge of Seattle. Seattle was this grungy, grimy, dark place, pre-tech. And that is what the grunge movement came out of.
Yeah.
And now it's like fully gentrified. You've got your flannel wearing, granola eating, punks that have been pushed out of Seattle. And now it's all the, the hoodie wearing tech bros. And what kind of an effect has that had on the Seattle scene of music?
Right.
So, because like basically all of the artists and musicians have been sort of pushed out of Seattle, and now they're all on the outskirts. So that is
it's like that in a lot of cities, I think, right? It's
yeah, for sure.
As you as the rent gets higher and higher, neighborhoods expanding and go outwards. Crazy.
I imagine that's got to be really true for Brooklyn too. I don't know what sometimes cities can intervene with things like rent control and programs specifically for artists, but I think
especially throughout the pandemic, some legislation that helped people from not getting booted from their places or rent increased throughout. I think is a great thing. I think you'll see what's going to happen in a couple months when those things are lifted. Mm-hmm. But I don't know anybody who grew up in Times Square, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think any of the places that we would play or people that bands are from are typically in Queens or a little deeper in Brooklyn and stuff. And I don't know what's Midtown Manhattan.
We talked to John from Moontooth, and Long Island is a whole other world. Cool. But we got kind of the lay of the Long Island land from him,
right?
Because I think that's a place that people,
great.
Huh?
That band is great. We actually played our first show with them.
Oh, did you really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
First Somnuri show ever was with them. Yeah, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Amazing band.
They're incredible. Yeah. It was funny in the mayoral debate for New York City this week. They asked the candidates to guess what the median house price was in Brooklyn.
Right.
And to show how out of touch these fucking assholes are. And one of them said, "Oh, it's got to be like $100,000," and the other one said, "Oh, I don't know, $80,000 or $90,000." And of course, the one guy who knew was Andrew Yang, and he's like, "No, guys, it's $900,000." Could you imagine being that out of touch?
Oh my god!
With you can imagine it.
Yeah,
you can imagination. No, when I read that, I thought it was like a joke, or like maybe that's them kind of like,
Am I reading the Hard Times right now?
Average rents for like a place in Brooklyn, $100,000. Yeah, sounds about right.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
The not the Hard Times, but Revolver's been fucking me up lately because they keep sharing Hard Times. Articles
because they're both owned by
so I see it in Revolver and I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's like our friends at the Hard Times. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that fucked me up today. I saw Hard Times posting about 9 Inch Nails, the Broken EP, and and as soon as I saw the cover in Hard Times, I was like, don't you fucking dare touch that one. I was like, oh, they're just trying to sell it or something. Like, all right, cool.
Don't make fun of my hero.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so let's on track.
Let's listen to some gunk pop.
So is this the music that the tech bros are making, or is this the music that the underground is just coming up with?
This is the underground. So this is the underground post tech. This is a byproduct of the tech influx into Seattle.
Yeah, having just been to Seattle a few weeks ago, I can tell you that like it's crazy. I mean, that is a crazy city. It is fucking gigantic. Every inch of it is really nice.
Yeah,
like it's a beautiful.
It's clean.
It's clean, beautiful, large city, and it doesn't look like a place that would birth like interesting
grunge
art. No, just interesting.
Interesting stuff.
I mean, but here's the question that I have: is did Seattle really birth grunge? Because like, it depends on what you consider to be the birth of it, but for me, it's more like where Tad and
I thought they were Seattle.
And Buzz and Kurt were they're fucking.
But they're, yeah.
They didn't grow up in Seattle. They grew up in like a really depressed industrial town. Seattle in the 90s was already a nice town.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was totally run down. But
well, I think that's just the area though. Like I think they just refer to that whole area as Seattle. Because it's like what people prefer to sometimes just the Bay Area as San Francisco.
Well, the industry before the internet was obsessed with creating these regional scenes. Mm-hmm. When was the last time you heard a mainstream conversation about the blank scene in this city? It's because it doesn't really exist anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, the internet has certainly changed that, right? And it's like this. Look what we're doing right now. We're just discovering new bands instantly, that are in Sweden or something. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
and being influenced by. I mean, that was kind of what it was your sphere of influence was the pile of physical records that you owned, and then the like 50 or 100 people that were around you at your studio. I mean, exactly what happened with you guys. So many bands were birthed that way. I'm in the studio with my old band, and they're in the studio, and we kind of hear each other, and then we decide to try something different. But now we can do all that shit over the internet with whoever we want.
Yeah. Well, there's I feel like early 2000s, but that like metalcore sound that was, it was coming from New England and Southern California at the same time, and they were very similar but two totally different places. It's like I feel like Seattle is one of those things of like, all right, if it's going to be raining 80% of the year, you might get some dreary shit coming out of that.
Yeah.
Where we come from in upstate New York, it's kind of the same thing. Like the sun shines very, very little, but you're not getting bands like what you were getting from Seattle out of that. So yeah, maybe there's something different that's happening there, or maybe that community is different, creating something that's not environmentally impacted, I guess.
Yeah, and then it's just so much harder for those things to grow in isolation anymore, because everybody's like, oh, I wrote my very first song. It's on Bandcamp. Here, everyone listen to it. So you can't have these like scenes percolate in silence for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit. Have you been to Albuquerque lately? There's like 20.
Albuquerque has all the best bands.
20 incredible bands, because they're all trying to sell their music all around the world from day one. So, all right. So here we go.
Whew.
Stay Evil. Is that what we're listening to?
We got there.
We got there. It's
okay.
It's a fucking circuitous route.
Yes, it was good.
All right, here we go.
Deep shit.
Gunk pop from Seattle.
Make sure he's only asleep in your dreams to get evil. Stay evil. Stay evil. Stay evil. And get evil. I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid. I'm not paranoid. Get soiled.
And it just started speeding up, didn't it?
They're making choices.
Making choices. Oh.
Yeah. So that was a lot of like. Go ahead.
Vaguely. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, hey, we want this to not sound like it's in tune most of the time. Hopefully you're cool with that.
I think that was on purpose.
Yeah, no, it was definitely on purpose.
Yeah.
They had some, multi-voice chorus
It
or
was
detuners
like some weird
or vibrato.
It kept like.
Sounds like
I don't
the C machine. I have a chorus pedal.
Yeah.
That's, I think it's electro harmonic C machine. And
Yeah,
it's
it sounds
got
like a C
warble
machine.
C machine. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
I really like it. I thought it was cool. I couldn't stop smiling.
So when we dig into that band and we find out that they have an Earthquaker endorsement, we're not going to be surprised, right?
Yeah.
Right. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Can we hear another track?
Yeah,
totally.
Let's we got Monday
Where's
morning.
the chorus? Where's the chorus on that song?
Yeah, let's hear
Was
this
it-
chorus. We hadn't made it
Let's
to the
hear it.
chorus
Did we get to
yet.
the
Let's hear it.
chorus?
No,
Was
we're
the chorus on the
53,
chorus?
53 seconds into a 3-minute song.
Okay, let's do it.
And my
Alright.
screen's freezing.
Tell
That's
it
what a
not to.
C machine will do.
I know. I'll fuck you up good. They're holding off on us.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I really like this.
I think there's a support group for that. No, I don't know.
I just like how it's like something. It like keeps it. It almost gets to this point of where you think the song is about to fall apart, and then it just comes back around, and it keeps doing that like the whole time. It's like, oh, we're just gonna nope, bring it back together. Oh, we're gonna bring it back together.
Yeah, absolutely. The bass and drums are pretty tight, and everything else is kind of
Playing
the
around.
warble effect. Everything over it is definitely giving a little bit of an anxiety thing happening. I kinda like it.
Exactly. You're kind of like,
Well, and
you
that
get-
and that never being fully in tune, that pushing that C machine or whatever it is a little bit too far. It's like it's indie, right? I mean, if the production was lo-fi and they turned down that fucking rainbow machine, it would sound like an indie, like we'd call it indie without much trouble. But what they did is they cleaned up the production, so it's like the drums are. So you never hear like an indie band with drum production like that. And then they said, all right, so how else can we make you uncomfortable? And they like found a different lever to turn to like crank. It's almost like trying to make pop metal, because what I think is interesting about metal is it's like uncomfortable a lot of the time. It's loud, there's distortion, a lot of dissonance, fuck with tuning. And this like takes some of those things, but then in a real poppy way.
Well, that's what it like in this article too. It specifically says in it they harness the idea of noise as a component of pop music, using distortion and dissonance to augment their dark humor.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're halfway through the song and there's been no identifiable chorus. And I think that's maybe cool too, even if you didn't have the C machine or whatever effect on the guitar. Just that kind of anticipation, I think it's great, right? And that's a great tool for songwriting for a 3-minute, 10-second song or whatever. It's like, you keep listening, and when you don't get that payoff, maybe listen to the next song. Or maybe, that kind of rewrites the rules of pop music in general, too.
A little bit.
You're not going to get that A-B kind of, that formula.
Yeah, I like
Make
that.
it weird.
I like, and especially when it's conscious, like a conscious deconstruction of the form. Like in a song like that, you said the next song, maybe there will be one, but I also think it would be hilarious to write a really hooky chorus and then play it once right at the end of the song and then stop this and then stop the song and go like, there you go.
I would bet $3 if that's what happens at the very end of that song.
You think so?
Yeah?
All right.
Okay.
Well, it's also the third song. It's called "Living in the Sea."
I know. That's the one I was
going to. C machine.
Yeah.
Live in the sea.
Yeah, I was going to play that one for sure.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
So wrong. I was totally right. There it is.
They rode that train off the tracks.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah. But it looked like it could have.
No,
happened.
but I would say what did happen was one of the possibilities, which is they've been hinting at this is going to fall apart, and then they don't give you the nice clean resolution of a good chorus. They just give you what you've been expecting, which is a disaster. And then they sort of bring it back and go, oh, but we can come back from that. All right, let's hear
Dig it.
Live in the Sea. All right, come on, guys.
What's the use in crying? I live in the sea, I live in the sea, I live in the sea. What's the use in crying? I live in the sea, I live in the sea, I live in the sea. And I'll never show up, I'll never grow up, I'll never work hard, I'll never be smart, and I'll never be you, and I'll never be me again. What's the use in crying? I live in the sea, I live in the sea, I live in the sea. What's the use in crying? I live in the sea, I live in the sea, I live in the sea.
I have the worst anxiety right now. This is driving me crazy.
I want to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the
It's
ideas.
I like what you said in the beginning, which is that they're making decisions.
Yeah.
Was it about this band that you said that?
Yeah. They're making bold choices.
Yeah.
And you
it
get on
seems
board or you
deliberate.
don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it would come across really well live. You know, if you were completely surrounded by it and you couldn't press the pause button. You know?
Yeah, completely.
I feel like you would just dive in. But with that option to step out, step back.
Yeah.
Like, are the drums and the guitar going to sync up at some point there? I feel like they're going to, but they're just fucking with you for a while.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Is that what a timbale is?
I think the purpose is to make you feel like this.
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
I think it is.
You know what I was thinking of when I was listening to that part was, you know that there's a video of like a wedding band, like a Japanese wedding. No, there's like a Japanese wedding band, and everyone else is playing the song, and then the drummer is just like on a different planet, playing like crazy fills and like coming up out of the chair and.
Oh yeah.
He's got the flames on his drums.
Yeah.
Right.
You're playing ZZ Top.
Yeah, and it's like there's two different pieces of music happening right now. Like the drummer's in one world, and then everybody else is in a different world.
I think they need that guy in the band. I think that would be awesome to see him performing over this.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe the drummer is, maybe. So I'm curious for sure. And if I heard they were
a snare roll for the whole song.
Okay, man.
If I heard they were playing somewhere around here, I'd probably go check it out.
I'd go check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I don't know though. It really just got under my skin. Like, no, I didn't hate it. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
I liked that it was making me that they were purposefully doing that to me, because they know that is. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the song.
So how you feel right now? That's how I felt 40 minutes into that Drive Like Jehu show.
Yeah.
I was just like, I gotta fucking get out of here, man. This is too much. Like, can we play 4/4 for 10 seconds? Can we like just do something normal for a minute? Nah. No, the answer was no.
Do you have anything else? Any kind of palate cleanser from there?
Oh.
Do you have anything?
We do have one more song. Yeah, let's just.
We got two more songs.
We got two more.
We just jump into them.
Yeah, let's just do it.
We don't have to do both, but here's this. This one's called Blessings.
Okay. Ooh. All right, so I'll share again.
Looks like they're also from Sweden.
Yeah, they're from. Well, I won't do a bad accent. I'm sorry. What song?
A Belly Full of Stone.
A Belly Full of Stone from the album Biskopskniven. My Swedish.
Good job.
Is bad.
Good job on that.
All right, let's hear it. Let's just go right to it.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, this will settle you down. was on board like 10 seconds in.
Very cool.
That was awesome. They have 2 singers, it sounds like?
Yeah, I think so. So we learned from Domcraft that what type of music you're playing affects whether you sing in English or Swedish. And he said there's a lot of punk and hardcore in Sweden, and it actually sounds really good sung in Swedish, whereas Prague sounds like pretentious and terrible. So they try to do that in English. So I wish these guys were doing that in Swedish, but well, whatever. That was
how
good.
I feel about Velertak. Like I it's like one of my favorite bands, and I have no idea what the lyrics are. Like I think I've glanced over it maybe one time, but like. Yeah, I hope it doesn't suck. I hope the lyrics are cool because I love the music so much. But I find myself like chanting the like Norwegian. I think that's the
they are.
Yeah, I like chanting those words, and I have no idea what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
Fine. You do. There's
like 6 songs they weren't speaking English.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, you definitely know one line from Bratebran or whatever right before the solo starts when he goes air guitar, come on.
Yeah,
which I think is like the bossest moment in that whole record. It's so fucking great.
Yeah.
Ooh,
air guitar.
Because we got there, I'm gonna switch gears real quick and play you something.
What?
Oh, can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Did you know that Velertak released an 8-bit side-scrolling game for the iOS and Android, including
I saw that today, and I was like,
"Did you listen?"
I listened to like the
They did like 5 songs, like full chiptunes versions of like 5 songs.
That's amazing. You can play it?
Yeah, it's a game. It's available today, apparently.
Oh, it's an actual game?
It's an actual game that you can go ahead and download now.
That's cool.
No shit. That's amazing.
Sorry. I really dug this.
Let's listen to a little bit more.
A little bit more? All right.
That guy right there has 2 big X's tattooed on his shins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's total former straight edge.
But are they crossed out now? And how do you cross out an X?
You can't cross them out. You just got to go black because they're
I
always
just thought it
giant
meant
X's.
20.
What's that?
I thought it just meant 20.
Yeah, exactly. 20.
Yeah,
20. What's up?
It sounds like there's 8 dudes in that band.
Yeah, I know. And there's only 4?
There's only 4 in the picture.
Wow.
And one of them's clearly a plant because he's got a Red Sox hat on.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, he's the guy that used to be in a hardcore band.
Oh, okay. He
Like
moved.
Well, I mean, I guess they
Very
are kind
cool.
of still a hardcore band, but
Yeah, this artwork is like really unsettling graffiti nonsense.
that's what graffiti looks like in Sweden.
Yeah.
You can't read it. It just looks like sticks.
Oh, that's not the way the language is written. That's just the logos
I'm not
of
talking
the
about the
band.
language. I'm just talking about the bands.
The band logos. No, I know.
See, that's why. That's where the band logos come from. Apparently, that's what Swedish graffiti looks like.
That's a reach.
What was that band called?
That band is called
Blessings.
So yeah,
Cool.
blessingsbg.bandcamp.com, and they are also from Sweden. They're Sweden
Well,
heavy.
What's the Biskopsniven? Is that the record name?
Yes. So the record is called Biskopsniven.
Sorry for
See, they have a
slaughtering
little blurb about themselves. I always find
what does it say? What does
I always
it say?
find these revealing.
that. Mantra style choir vocals.
Spirit of bands like Tragedy or Old Man Gloom.
No.
According to Santos, the spirit of Old Man Gloom is to like go into a studio and just play random shit for a while with no plan or plan to ever repeat it.
Parts
feedback.
That remind,
Yeah.
I could see at the drive-in and Converge for sure. I'll have to listen to more of that.
Confirms
I'm
they're
into it.
they're a 4-piece.
That's crazy. Wow.
Ah.
But wait, there's more.
All right, we got one more.
We got one more. We got the last one. This is it. We're gonna bring it home.
Okay.
I hope it's good.
This one, Phil.
Yes. Phil May Gray.
Yeah. This is Phil's solo album here.
Yeah.
It's from
You guys
Czechia?
actually selected one.
Dude, this is the singer-songwriter emotional side project.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
It probably is.
What song?
Drowned.
So wherever
Czechia. What
Czechia
is
is that
Czechia?
the Czech Republic, but
Just
written a different way.
written a different way.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, what's that?
It's the Czech Republic.
More octaves. So I will say I think that one might be suffering from the Zoom audio interface.
Zoom audio interface,
translation.
yeah.
I feel like I have ideas and lots of thoughts about the production, but I know I'm not hearing it right.
Yeah.
So don't worry too much about that. That was weird.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it sounded like the drums were.
Yep. That was a lot of influences.
Yeah, it sounded, kind of right off the bat was kind of Alice in Chains with the layered vocals.
Yeah.
But is there a female singing, or is that a falsetto jumping on?
I think that was a falsetto. I actually can't tell from looking at the names of the people in the band.
Oh yeah. 'cause
Very
it's
well. No.
Lucas.
Martin. Oh yeah, Lucas, Daniel, Phil. Yeah, so sounds like mostly dudes.
I think it's all guys.
Is this that same label that we looked at before, or is this something else? No, this is
I don't
different.
think so. Yeah. I mean,
The
It
artwork.
was cool. Artwork's cool. It immediately kind of, says Alice in Chains vocal layering.
yeah.
The drums don't sound like a human being.
No, it's that all of it sounded weird. All the tones sounded weird to me. So I just don't even know the guitars. It's like they were trying to sound like Sleep, but it didn't sound at all like Sleep. It was so clean and pretty. The vocals are so clean and clear. All of it's just like too pretty,
Too clean.
too pretty for what the music was for me.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
That was
it
a
was.
good assessment, actually.
Yeah.
It's,
Describes it perfectly.
You guys do this all the time or something? That was,
yeah, maybe. Well, it's like you took. So these guys wrote these songs. They're like, we love Sleep. They were probably 50, and then they like get their hands on the guy who made most of the Chicago records or something, or like Boston records, and they can't let it sound a little bit bad and a little bit noisy and a little bit. Those are choices that you make in the studio. To
Everybody's making choices.
to let things exist in their natural form, or to clean them up and make them sound, picture perfect. So
yeah,
I'd be
Yeah,
curious.
it's a hard thing to do. I think when you're collaborating with 2, 3, 4 different people, everybody's got different ideas. Maybe a drummer wants his drums to sound super clean and up front, and it's that push and pull. you can't have everything sitting up front.
Yeah.
You know, you can have two guys singing, but somehow a 6-piece harmony. You know, but that's the fun about making a record too, right? Is you're embellishing a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to find those embellishments that work, but then also capture the spirit of a good live performance. But to be like a cynical asshole, I feel like a guitar player walked in. He's like, I really want to sound like Matt Pike. Like that's what we're going for here. And then he rolls in his like vintage Fender Twin Reverb or something, and the producer's like, I don't know what to do for you, man. Or his little Mesa Boogie mini stack, and the guy's just like, I don't know, man. I'll do my best. Or not.
Tiny terror up top.
Yeah.
That would probably work better. That would probably work better in a studio, honestly.
Yeah, those things rule.
Yeah. Is that what you had?
No, I had the Terror Bass 1000, which
Oh.
was the bass version that they produced a long time ago,
okay.
but then ended production of because it had so many problems that they just broke over and over again.
You bass players are so hard on amps.
We are, well, I mean, what they didn't account for, this is an interesting problem that Orange had, and all these tiny head people have. But
Tiny head people.
they're everywhere.
That's like Beetlejuice.
You know, it's like in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, exactly.
Is like, what do you think is going to happen when I put an 8-pound amp that's the size of a lunchbox, is 1,000 watts, and then I plug it into an Ampeg SVT and set the thing on top of it? What do you think is going to happen to the two tubes that are in there or whatever?
Everything's going to dance.
Everything's going to get. I mean, that thing would migrate and nearly fall off the cabinet if I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Like you have to put them
You
somewhere
gotta
else.
strap it down, or have a piece of rubber, a piece of foam underneath.
Yeah.
I mean, even just standing as a human being in front of one of those, it makes you want to. You know, it makes you need to go to the bathroom.
It's my goal usually in playing anything is to make
Just
you
go to the bathroom.
try to make you shit your pants. hit that brown note.
Brown note.
I'm gonna need to get some of those 21-inch hex speakers that Andy tested out. If I'm gonna get there
You'll
though.
have to get one of those. Yeah.
I was at a
Where that
show.
ended
I was
up.
at a show once with a guy who actually did shit his pants right next to me. I gotta go, and I was like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "I just shit my pants." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I mean, we've all done it at some point, but like right now,
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, I tested the waters and it didn't go well." I was like, "Damn, this band must be grueling."
So he was just trying to be lazy and get by. Nobody wants to take a shit at the club at the club. We know everybody knows that.
Of course, I suggested like go take the drawers off and whatever. And he's like, "I don't have any on." I was like, "Oh, it's just game over." Like game over. Goodbye.
You just shit your dungarees. Man.
Oh. There's nowhere to go from there.
There's nowhere to go. Oh, that's horrible.
Did you just like leave a trail on the way out? Did you inspect it?
I think it was he was testing the waters and it
didn't go.
He thought he could squeeze out just one more fart. Like he's like, God damn it!
Oh.
Didn't make it.
Dice.
Yeah.
I don't know where that guy is now. Needless to say.
Yeah, he may never come back to wherever that was if enough people know, or even if just you know.
Hey, guy, if you're listening, send us an email. Let us know what you're up to.
I knew him a little bit. He didn't give a fuck. Obviously.
Oh no, he didn't care.
But he had 2 first names, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The 2 first name thing.
you can't trust the guy with 2 first names.
It was Billy Bob Thornton.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
Billy Bob.
oh, buddy.
Amazing. Oh, so what else do you guys have going on? Like you've got the record coming out.
They're
in
like band
June.
practice in
No.
in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. God damn it.
Band practice 45 minutes
Time
ago.
is clicking.
Yeah.
We have 2 more. We have a video coming out next Wednesday, May 19th, and then a couple other videos that'll probably be released throughout the year, maybe around fall. And then it seems like stuff is starting to get booked, so that's
Nice.
the next goal. Get on the road, and wherever will permit us to be there, and and wherever people feel good about it, we're gonna go there. Probably down south first makes the most sense, I think, just because I don't think we've been too far south. So yeah, just hit the coast, maybe the Midwest a little bit, and then.
Do you guys have a booking agent, or are you still doing it yourself?
We don't have a booking agent. We have a manager right now who's helping us out a lot and trying to get us, good local opportunities. But booking agent is certainly something we're always open to, for sure. I mean, I've booked 30-day tours. I think we've all done it, right? It's like you book a 30-day tour by yourself and you realize this is a lot of fucking work.
It's the worst.
And not only that, but the amount of bands on a certain level that are just gonna like drop off, or like you show up from like 500 miles away and they want to use your shit. It's just like a never ending So we're definitely trying to have someone get us better shit, but we're not opposed to playing anywhere, really. I mean, we're not big shots or anything. We're open to local shows anywhere. I mean, wherever it's going to be,
wherever you can go.
Right? Yeah, I mean, my take after listening to everything that was available is this is a band that like should be bigger than they currently are, should be more well known, and is one of the bands that could be like mainstream metal. That that could
you guys are gonna blow up.
Like I could picture you at every different version of the metal festival, even Aftershock. There's one day at Aftershock they could probably play. Maybe not the rest.
Yeah,
maybe not the rest of it.
I mean, that's one thing we certainly, it's not something we're consciously thinking of when we're writing, but like I think we all like the idea of being able to be on different kinds of festivals. Like we're not just gonna have to play a Doom Fest. We're not gonna just have to play a hardcore fest or whatever. Like I think our mix of styles lends itself to being that band on the bill. Like I like them, and bridging the gap of some of the subgenres.
Yeah, that was 100% my thought when listening to it. It was like, oh man, these like if you were in our area and we were booking shows, I'd be stoked because you guys would fit on so many. You guys would fit on so many bills.
Well, that's good to know. We'll hit you up.
Oh, yeah, well,
what are you doing in the fall?
That is what we do.
That is what we do.
We also did that.
That's what we do out here. But yeah, we had Aaron Gray on. His episode's not out yet, but Aaron's one of the 3 bookers for Heavy Talent. And
cool.
If you've never looked at their roster, that's an agency I would reach out to, or have your manager reach out to, because you to me absolutely seem like a really great fit for Heavy Talent. And it's Aaron, and then Ethan McCarthy from Primitive Man, and then they have one other booker. So these are guys. Aaron's been in bands, and he's a Boston guy, so it's like they're deep in it and they really understand how to work with kind of a band at your level, to sort of get you access to opportunities that are typically gated and only the higher level bands, because they got people like, I mean, shit, who all is. We just looked at their roster. It's incredible, but it's really diverse, from like Violence to like, up and coming
to Earth Crisis,
black metal, to like a Uada, Earth Crisis. Yeah. You missed it. You gave it to
exactly.
Oh no, that's great. I mean, I think we've all, we've been playing in bands our whole lives and have tried to network and do whatever we can on our own. And we're at a spot where we want to push it over the top and reach out to people who can get us certain opportunities that we can't do ourselves.
Yeah. Well, and meeting Jad was a good start.
Yeah, lean on Jad.
Yeah, Jad's always Jad was supportive right from the beginning. He was one of the first labels that, or Magnetic was one of the first labels that even responded to us, and Jad has always been in our corner in some way or another. And yeah, he's awesome. He gets it, and he I think he knows he's taking a chance, but that's like exciting for both of us, I think. So
yeah,
I think it's gonna work out great.
Yeah,
but he's a guy who can knock. That's really cool. He's a guy who can knock on. he can knock on Evan's door and say, "Hey, Psycho 2022."
Yeah, exactly.
Or
2021. Is there something you're not telling us?
yeah, we're still waiting for that lineup announcement.
I feel like everything's like a year behind at this point, so
Yeah.
we'll certainly be putting our name in the hat for all that stuff. Hopefully,
Nice.
Yeah, or like get a spot at the Smokeout in California, because I know he's going to do more Smokeouts and probably rubber stamp that in some other places. Because we saw bands
show up uninvited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Exactly.
fuck
We're
it.
playing.
But for the first few Smokeouts, there were a bunch of East Coast bands that used the Smokeout as a way to plan a cross country and West Coast run, or to gang up and fly out and share gear and tour together. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see you
I
here
would
soon.
definitely play shows on the way and back for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, like we had booked. Who did we book? High Reaper, maybe, because they were on their way to the Smokeout last year, and so they had planned a tour all the way down. So, huh?
So that's always nice.
Yeah.
Get people on those. Yeah.
Always nice.
So a couple last questions for you. One, does Somnuri mean anything? Like, is it
It means sleeps. It's a plural form of sleep.
Oh, really?
Which was explained to us by a Romanian fan. Actually, we liked the name of it, or we liked the sound of it, and it flowed. And we needed something, as every band needs something. You pick something for your first show, and then not too many shows in, this guy was there at the audience. He's like, really liked the music, but like very, very kind of low talking. He's like, that was awesome. That was awesome. And then he's like, I'm Romanian. I know what your name means. I go, oh, well, we would love to know.
You're like, oh, is our name Romanian? No.
We knew it was some form of sleep, but or dream or something. But yeah, it means sleeps.
But I don't think it
interesting.
necessarily translates perfectly to English.
No.
So I think he gave us a little more in-depth meaning of what it actually means.
He said it's
gotcha.
a weird word,
Yeah,
not something that you
just say it means next level
which is
sleep.
perfect.
Yeah. Next
Just
level.
just
sleep.
just like a
That
just
real
like us.
deep sleep.
Yeah. Really deep. Nice. So are you from the same hometown? Like, did you guys grow up together, or you're just both from upstate?
Just that neck of the woods.
Okay.
He's from near Syracuse, New York, but the Finger Lakes area in general.
Gotcha.
Which is, you guys familiar with New York
Yeah,
at all?
Vaguely.
I know where that is.
Enough. I mean, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't be like,
Finger
I
Lakes
couldn't
are
tell you
like-
the next town south.
It's like 4 or 5 hours north and west.
Gotcha.
And a lot of pretty scenery, lakes, and
Yeah,
all
upstate's
sorts of
amazing. For sure.
stuff.
So what-
You got a jet ski.
A jet ski. Yeah.
So,
Jet ski and a Monster Energy drink.
Tractor.
Nice. So what the last question we always ask is your all-time favorite hometown band. So just like,
Was there a
Hometown
scene?
the one band that, regardless of era.
Where I grew up, there was no bands.
There were no
was
bands.
music. Nobody played anything. Not to toot my own horn, but like when I started to learn to play, there was nobody to play with.
You were-
there were no record stores. There
You
was
were the
nothing.
town
The
musician.
town musician.
Ask
he's
Justin.
telling you he grew up in a town of 10.
Yeah.
There was 10 people.
Holy shit!
No, that's
No.
that's a very little exaggerate. My graduating class was 23 people.
Oh my
oh
God.
wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
So there was nobody. There was no hometown bands. My band was the hometown band.
I'm gonna go with Every Time I Die because they're upstate boys and I love that band.
Yeah.
So I'll root for them. That's my home team.
Nice.
Earth Crisis.
Earth
Good
Crisis.
choice. Yes. Or you could
Well,
go with
they're from,
Snapcase.
Syracuse.
Snapcase is Buffalo.
Yeah. Or Rochester, maybe. Anyway,
Maybe? I don't know.
Syracuse was the closest town. I think that's where Earth Crisis was.
Yeah.
Or is.
Yeah.
It's
There was
still
definitely a militant hardcore scene up in upstate New York, huh?
For sure. For sure.
I just missed.
I discovered them in college. I didn't really go to their shows before college or mid-20s, and but yeah, as far as upstate, proud of where they're from and all that kind of stuff. That band is fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
I just missed all that whole hardcore thing. Just passed me by.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that there were like battles there was anyone militant about anything. It just didn't exist
It's
in
just
my
like
world.
a really dedicated fan base for sure.
Yeah.
And again, I wasn't in that scene, but I think the reason I latched onto them is because they did transcend the tropes. They started, just writing great records. To be honest, good production and kind of embrace a little bit more rock and roll too. So I gravitated towards it pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
For sure.
Well,
Nice.
hey, we will let you guys.
Yeah, we'll
go.
let you get to band practice.
Get to your late night band practice. We'll be
You may practice now.
we'll be watching the stream on Saturday.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely be watching for
Yeah,
sure.
Saturday I think we have planned drinking,
Drinking, pizzaing, and watching.
Hey, are you guys fight fans? You guys are fight fans?
So
okay.
Yep.
Who do you got?
Oh,
Main event.
man.
I don't know. I haven't made any picks yet.
It's a tough one,
Okay.
man.
I'll get on DraftKings like 10 times in the next 2 or 3 days.
I'm leaning towards Oliveira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna do it.
No. What do you think?
I think he gets it done too. I think he gets the upset. I think UFC wants Chandler to win, but I
completely.
think we see an upset.
Yeah. I mean, if
Not even an upset. He's a 12-fight win streak or something. Crazy.
If Oliveira can just avoid that, he's got that one punch power. If he can avoid that one punch the whole fight, it's his fight.
I'd rather watch Oliveira fight any day of the week.
Yeah.
Not that Chandler's not exciting, but it's just his style that's less interesting to me. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Dude's durable as hell and hits like a truck.
Yeah. Well, we made our
Never been
predictions, and this is going to come out afterwards. So,
Yeah, last time I tried to use some math and algorithms to game DraftKings, and it failed so
miserably.
spectacularly. And I was just like, shit, I didn't get anything. Oh well, back to the drawing board.
bummer. All right.
So.
Well,
Don't
thank you
do the
guys.
parlay. No parlay.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Have a good band
All right,
practice.
guys.
We'll look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday.
And hopefully, if you come out here, you let us know, and we'll take care
Please
of you.
do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
All right.
Take it
All right,
easy.
guys,
Have a
take
good
care.
one.
Woo! It's fun, guys.
It was fun, guys.
Like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
I don't.
I don't actually I hate mushrooms.
You do?
I can't stand mushrooms.
Aw.
Mushrooms have always been that one food for me that they just taste like dirt.
They taste like what you cook them in. So the only way to make
I've never cooked them in dirt, and
Well,
they always
no.
taste like dirt.
because there's only one way to actually cook mushrooms,
Yeah.
and that's with bacon. And then they just taste like a bacon sponge.
Yeah.
Which is
Bacon sponge.
Which if
Why
you
don't they
like,
just call them bacon sponges then?
I mean, essentially that's what
That's what they should call them.
Yeah, bacon sponge.
Nice.
Oh, Stella was like, I don't like mushrooms, and I was like, trust me, I don't like them either.
Trust me.
But trust me,
Bacon.
cooked them with some bacon. She's all,
I love
this
mushrooms.
is pretty good. It's like, because you're eating a grease sponge.
Bacon sponge would be a good band name.
Bacon sponge.
Actually, it would.
What
Be
kind
a
of
horrible band name.
What kind of band would Bacon Sponge be?
Oh, it would totally be a farce, like a knockoff band, or not a knockoff, but just a goofy, like Steel Panther or something like that.
I'm picturing like a potty humor or pop punk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see
Goofy.
pop punk.
Like,
Yeah.
we're Bacon Sponge.
We're Bacon Sponge. Are
What?
you ready? Are you ready?
I'm not ready.
See how many more times that can come up.
Are you
Our cover of Corn with just our mouths.
I'll cover corn with my mouth when I get home.
What?
I'm gonna cook a cob of corn and I'm gonna eat it.
That's horrible.
I actually.
That's okay. You're actually gonna eat corn?
I'm gonna eat corn. I do. Once it's in season, I try to eat it every day if possible,
Damn.
so that I'm not so
I
sad
think
and lonely.
that's good advice from the Blynd Submyshynz crew. You should consume some corn every day
When it's in season.
when it's in season.
If it's never in
What is
season,
corn season?
don't eat it. Summer.
Is it summer?
Oh yeah.
I would think it'd be winter.
No.
No.
Corn season. If you live in the Midwest, they teach you.
Well, you're talking about the vegetable.
Yeah.
I was talking about. The
I'm gonna
brand.
put my mouth on corn when I get home because I'm going to cook a cob of corn And then
Thought
I'm
you were
going to
gonna.
eat it.
Your ears were gonna consume corn when
No.
you got home. Okay.
No, I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna eat some fucking corn. Quite literally.
Ooh, I feel like we're at that point of almost falling apart.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can we bring it back together?
I think so.
Let's bring it back together at the end.
I have one final thought.
Oh, okay.
Which was that story of how they got started. The like listening through the wall of the practice space is a pretty common story. But we listened in the last episode to them crooked or whatever. The Crooked Whispers.
The Crooked Whispers.
That's kind of like the modern version of that, because those are all guys from different parts of the world who listened to each other's music and like kind of dug it, and then just like reached out and said, knocked on the door and said, "Hey,
knocked on the door.
Look, I got some riffs. You want to try something?"
Heard what you've been doing.
But then they just throw it all up on Dropbox and share files and do it all kind of virtually wherever you are. But it's sort of
is that also kind of like that Great Nowhere?
Big Scenic Nowhere.
Big Scenic Nowhere.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, that's a more high profile, and those guys like actually physically get together and record, which is.
okay.
But in this age, you don't even have to do that.
You don't have
it's
to do
like
that.
all of it can just happen in the ether, and then
completely,
and then produce a record that's actually going to be a physical vinyl record.
Yeah,
from three guys that I don't think have ever met each other. So
that's crazy. Wow,
interesting to think of the world opening up like that, so that you could really collaborate with anybody.
The world is changing.
Yeah, write that song. All right. Any final thoughts from you?
I have no final thoughts.
You're out. Your head's like.
Yep.
Pizza.
I fell apart.
Empty.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm out.
Right.
Play the Kveler Attack video game.
Go check it
out.
out.
Watch the live stream. I'll post the link to the live stream again.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I'm sure it's still up since they're doing a free stream. So in the show notes, you'll find the link to the, if it still exists. I think they're just doing it on YouTube or Facebook or something.
It's Facebook, yeah.
It's on Facebook.
It's just on the, I think it's on the Buse. No, that's not the, oh my God.
Blues Funeral Magnetic Eye.
But it's on the Magnetic Eye page.
Yes. Yeah. They might blast it. Those guys have technology. You might find it through the Howling Giant page or any of the.
It says streaming directly from Magnetic Eye Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. So the other bands on it will share it, but
it's at 5 p.m. Eastern in New York. That's like 1 o'clock our time.
All right, that's afternoon. That's
sweet. I'll just watch it while I work. Oh, I don't work on Saturdays.
You don't work? I hope you're not.
Saturday, not Friday. I keep thinking today's Friday.
No, actually, 1 o'clock on Saturday we'll be doing.
Why are they still in the waiting room?
We'll be doing something else.
All right. Are they waiting for us to bring him back in? Okay.
No, I don't want to report to Zoom.
So,
all right. What?
Are we ready?
We're ready.
What are we ready for?
We're ready to say
this has been another episode
of
Blynd Submyshynz.
Blynd Submyshynz. Yeah. I'm trying to make my nose hair tickle the microphone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for another week of Blynd Submyshynz. See episode description for links to all artists discussed in this episode, and visit their sites to support them directly by buying music and merch. Share links to the podcast or YouTube videos with your friends, especially if they're in bands. Bands, if you want us to listen to your music on a future episode, please submit one song to blyndsub@gmail.com. That is blyndsub, BLYNDSUB @gmail.com. Bandcamp links preferred, but not required. Find us on social media at Blynd Submyshynz. Full video episodes are available on our YouTube. Remember, we go in blind, so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz.